Hey guys, welcome to the video. We're back. Today's video we're doing something a little bit different, something a little bit new. So there's this game that came out a couple months ago called Marvel Rivals that I may or may not be obsessed with. I don't plan on doing gameplay videos, but I am doing one of the more popular video ideas that I've been seeing going around on YouTube, where I'm gonna make my own characters, for Marvel Rivals. I have how many do I have planned? I have five plans, one vanguard, one strategist, one duelist, and then actually two duelists, and then another character who is interesting. The goal is just to create complete yet unique characters. I also want to add like at least two extra skins. And the other thing is, before I show my character ideas, is that some of these characters other people might have made. Um, some of these characters, I know three of these characters, people have like been shooting out ideas for like since the game came out. I'm not like gonna be like, oh yeah, this is my own original idea. Like no one else has ever wanted to create this character. Like no, I get that. So some of these abilities might coincide with theirs. I, it's not my original idea. Just my own spin on it. So, without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so the first character I really want in the game is Ant-Man. I know people have made a bunch of like their own variants of Ant-Man. There's another popular one is where Ant-Man is like Cloak and Dagger with the Wasp. I'm not doing that. I would prefer. I mean, I wouldn't care if they do that, but I would prefer Ant-Man by himself, but it is what it is. So I would have him as a duelist. Um, because I think that makes the most sense since like he's not a vanguard. I mean, if you could return Giant Man, like then he would be a vanguard. But like he he's he's like basically the whole point of duelists are to go and like pick off strategists on like do 1v1s, which is literally like Ant Man's whole thing. Um, so his passive would be size changer. Ant-Man can shrink when you hold the jump control, so it's just like he turns small. I don't know how they would do that in the actual game, but like that's my idea. His normal attack would be invasive combat. Ant-Man hits the opponent with punches, changing size with each punch. So it'd be like a combo where like he punches them, then he shrinks, then he punches them. Or no, then he grows, he punches them, he shrinks, he grows, he punches them. It would be like that. Secondary attack, Ant Strike. Ant-Man has ants fly at the opponent, stunning them for 1 second while dealing small amounts of damage. So it's kind of like Penny Parker's ability to stun people. Well, I guess any of the characters, some of like any character who stuns. But the ants do deal a slow amount of damage over time, kind of like a bleed effect. Ability 1, Pin Particle Master. Ant-Man throws a blue disc at a nearby applicable object to have it grow. This would be like, I don't know, there's one map, there's like an ambulance. Like, you could throw it at it to make like some more cover. They would have to make a new, which this is why I don't see them doing this, but it would still be cool. They would have to make a new class of objects in like the data, or have to already have one where like, okay, you can throw it at this object and it will grow. Um, Ability 2, Mighty Micro. Ant-Man shrinks and backflips out of an attack before returning to normal size. I got this attack from Star-Lord's barrel roll or whatever because it just makes the most sense. Like Ant-Man can shrink and dodge attacks. Like just have that be one of his abilities. Um, his ultimate, Astonishing Power. Ant-Man grows giant, becoming a vanguard that can only use his normal and secondary attacks to hit nearby opponents for 10 seconds. So I don't know how they would do this either. I imagine though he would become more like the size of like a little bit like the Hulk, or you could only use his ult in like open areas. I don't know how they would do it, but that would I think they need to have him go giant. Like Ant Man's a giant man. Like they just need to have that be his ult. Like that's just it's too good. Um, he doesn't actually have to become a Vanguard, but like he would act like one. Um, Team up abilities, Wasp. Wasps can fly around Ant-Man's shoulder, extending his astonishing power attacks time to 15 seconds. Um, that may or may not have spoiled one of the next characters. Hawkeye. Hawkeye can shoot Ant-Man at opponents. So that's just the the comic in Civil War team up where he just like holds onto the arrow. That would basically be more of a mobility team up to help Ant-Man get closer. It's kind of like the what was it called? The fastball special. The thing with the thing, the thing with Wolverine, the thing, and Hulk, where he just throws them at them. For skins, I have a normal skin. I have a classic skin inspired by the comics, and then Giant Man, which is the blue and yellow skin. Um, but yeah, so that's Ant-Man. I really hope they add him in one way or another, because he is my favorite Marvel superhero. So I hope we get some love. For my next character, I want this one is one that I haven't heard or seen, but one that I don't think they're gonna add. I just thought it was a cool idea. Is the Hulkbuster. Obviously it'll be an archetype Vanguard, which means that it's like Hulk. Passive reactor boost. Hulkbuster has 1,000 energy that can be used in different ways. Um, think of it kind of like, not like Star Lord's like ability to use his thrusters until the energy runs out. The reason I want this is I think that Iron Man is lacking his ability. I don't think that Iron Man need like they should update Iron Man to have it. I think that the Hulkbuster should, um, because he can get pretty busted. Normal attack, knockout fist. Hulkbuster releases a flurry of punches. This is based on the one scene from Age of Ultron where he just like he's punching the Hulk and he says, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." It would kind of look like what's his name? Iron Fist's attack combo, where it's just like a flurry of fists. Secondary attack, repulsor blast. Hulkbuster shoots straight forward, beams until energy runs out. 100 energy per second. So it's like the arc reactor or repulsor blast from Iron Man, just on Hulkbuster, and it takes 100 energy per second, which if you remember, he has 1,000 energy in total. It would take 10 seconds before you run out of beam. Ability 1, locked in. Hulkbuster guards, giving him 400 shield value. If the shield is broken, the opponent when the opponent attacks Hulkbuster, he grabs them for 0.5 seconds before throwing them forward. This is also inspired by Age of Ultron when Hulk goes to punch the Hulkbuster and like he grabs his fist with like metal or whatever. So shield value, it's kind of like Doctor Strange shield value. Um, but yeah, it's a little bit like a counter. So they break your shield, then they attack you. You grab them for like, and then you have a little bit of time to like change where you want to aim, and then you just yeet them forward. Ability 2, flight. Hulkbuster flies off the ground until energy runs out. 125 energy per second. Not a very interesting idea or name, but it's literally just Star Lord's idea, but with more energy. So 125. I'm pretty sure that's roughly like 4 seconds. My math is off, but it's not that long of a time period. You wouldn't be able to fly too high because like the Hulkbuster is like big, but that's the idea. Ultimate, Pride of Veronica. The Hulkbuster aims a missile strike that can be aimed anywhere on the map for 5 seconds max before releasing the attack. Um, think of it like you know how like Jeff's ability, like you can like it's like a circle, or like Storm's ability, where it's like a circle that you aim. The thing is, the Hulkbuster doesn't have to be there. Veronica is the AI that has the Hulkbuster in the MCU, so just releases a missile strike at them. This would be really busted, especially for a Vanguard, because you don't actually have to be there for the attack to happen. Team abilities. Iron Man. Iron Man gains 200 shield value while Hulkbuster gains 200 energy. It's a little bit of a trade. Uh, the idea is if Iron Man was in, I don't want. My idea was okay. We could do something like Groot and have characters go inside of the Hulkbuster. The thing is that from a gameplay perspective, it wouldn't be that crazy, especially because unlike Groot, the Hulkbuster like the character isn't doing anything while inside of the Hulkbuster. Like it's the Hulkbuster that's doing things while the character controls the Hulkbuster. So either they could have it where the Hulkbuster is it's like it flies towards them, or um have it be a skin, or just do what I did, gains 200 shield value. Iron Man gains 200 shield value as if he's in the Hulkbuster, and then because if he was in the Hulkbuster, he would be able to transfer the energy from his suit to the Hulkbuster suit. Hulkbuster gains 200 energy. And then for skins, we have the normal skin, the Sicarian skin, which is from What If, which I think looks sick, and the Black Panther skin from Marvel Snap, because I think that would be so cool. But yeah, that's the Hulkbuster. I don't think it's gonna happen because they have Iron Man, but I thought it was a fun idea. All right, for our next character, the Wasp. I kind of spoiled her with the Ant-Man, but the archetype would be strategist. Her passive, Pixie. Wasp shrinks whenever she flies. So kind of think of it like Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, where whenever you fly as the Wasp, she just immediately shrinks. That would be annoying to play against. You're just a little wasp flying around. You can hardly hit her. She's already in the sky, which is already annoying. Um, you would have to rely on characters like Black Widow because she is useless. Characters like Iron Man, characters with projectiles or aims like Hawkeye and the Punisher to get her, or characters like Star-Lord and his ult, so like auto locks on. It would be a little bit busted, but a strategist, so it's also a healer. So it's not like she's trying to go out and just destroy you guys from like the inside out. Like no, it's a strategist, so it's not too crazy. Normal attack, stingers. Wasp shoots at the opponents with her arm blast, so she would also have her own projectiles to fight back. Secondary attack, fairy dust. Wasp shoots out two beams at allies to heals 10% per second. So it's kind of like Jeff's water gun, just it's literally just Jeff for the two attacks. It's a beam to heal and blasts to deal damage. Ability 1, Flight of Insects. Wasp has ants fly towards allies healing that heals 25% HP. It's just like a little support, nothing crazy. The idea is just okay. Here's an ant, like it goes on your shoulder and gives you like a little heal boost. My idea would be that you could attack those ants before they get to the allies, to stop it, because I feel like that could be a little bit busted as well. Ability 2, Pollen Release. Wasp releases a bubble of healing energy around her that heals 50% per second. Think of this kind of like those little bubbles that Invisible Woman can make. It's just that. Um, it wouldn't. So when she flies, she shrinks. The bubble would not shrink. She would. That's a immediate because if she shrinks, then the bubble is useless. That is how that would work though. Ultimate Buzzing Storm. Wasp flies furiously, healing nearby allies 25% per second, and sending ants to farther allies 30% uh distant HP. So it would kind of look like Star Lord's blaster ability, where he's like going around like crazy circles shooting, but instead he's the Wasp is healing. Um, you would fly near your opponent. It would be like kind of like the bubble, but like you fly near allies. It sends ants like towards. If there's any allies away, it'll send ants towards them automatically. Team up abilities. Ant-Man. Wasp can fly on Ant-Man's shoulder, extending his astonishing power attacks time to 15 seconds. I already said that. It would kind of the it would just be like a classic scene. It would be like Groot's ability, but it makes that power more strong because one, when you're giant, you're gonna become like the target. So you need someone to heal you, which the Wasp could do. And then also it's the comics. Like that's just perfect. As for skins, we have a normal skin, we have a classic skin, and then we have Stinger, which is technically not the same character, but I thought it would just look similar enough, and I thought that would be a cool reference. But yes, that is the Wasp. Whiplash is gonna be the next character. This one is a little bit interesting because I don't think they're actually gonna do it because Whiplash is, I don't want them to waste a slot on Whiplash. I thought it was another character that I had an idea for, so I'm gonna do it. I don't see them ever doing Whiplash. Such a random character, but he would be a Vanguard, passive Lash Out. Whiplash's attacks and abilities have double the range. Think of it like Groot, how Groot can just hit far. Whiplash can hit far. Normal attack, Thunderstruck. Whiplash whips the opponent. Like it's nothing crazy. Thunderstruck is a reference to Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Secondary attack, Unfinished Rattle. Whiplash grabs the opponent with his whips bringing them to him. So think of it like what character does? I think Spider-Man does that. But this would be good to counter Iron Man, which flies. You could use this against the Wasp, which who also flies. It would just be a good way to get rid of flying characters without having to fly yourself. Ability 1, Into the Thrashing. Whiplash jumps at the opponent with both whips in his hand. Think of this like Wolverine's attack where he flies at them. It's the same thing, but he just jumps up and then whips down. Ability 2, Whirling Whips. Whiplash runs at the opponent while spinning his whips. This attack can be held for a max of 5 seconds. So it's kind of like the Thing's charge attack, just going around spinning the whips like in a circle. Ultimate Flurry's Glory. Whiplash releases a flurry of whips in every direction. This would kind of be like the Wasp's ability, which is like a circle attack. But the idea would be you use the secondary attack, which grabs them out of the sky towards you. Then you would use either the alt, then you would use the alt, or you would use ability 2, which you run at them, and then you would use the alt. Or ability 1. You really could use the secondary attack, ability 1 or ability 2 to get closer to the enemies and then use the ultimate. For team ups, I have no team ups because I feel like I had no ideas. For skins, I have a normal skin. I have an MCU skin, which is him when he first meets Tony, and then a mecha skin, which is based on the Iron Man-ish suit. Whiplash again, don't see him actually ever getting into the game. Just had an idea for him. For the final character I'm gonna do this video, we have the strangest one and the most powerful one, Thanos. So many Thanos ideas. This one is my take on it. With other ideas, Thanos was like this most overbusted, like overpowerful character ever. My idea is to try and nerf him. So he would be a Vanguard slash strategist. He could be either, or he could be one of those characters who swaps. And I'll explain in a minute why. Passive ability, Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos gains a different Infinity Stone for each opponent they kill. If he kills a Vanguard, he gets a Power Stone or Mind Stone. If he kills a Duelist, he gets a Time Stone or Space Stone. And if he kills a Strategist, he gets a Soul Stone or Reality Stone. Vanguards are powerful. Power Stone. Mind Stone also has like beams, which is powerful. Duelist, they're strategic, they're fast, so Time Stone or Space Stone. And then Strategist, they heal, so Soul Stone. And then also like kind of Reality Stone is just there. Okay, normal attack, Eternal Strength. Thanos uses powerful punches. This attack deals more damage if Thanos has the Power Stone. Just the basic punches. Pretty strong since he could beat the Hulk without using the stone. But the Power Stone goes to that. Secondary attack, Cosmic Power. Thanos sends a powerful beam at the opponent. This attack deals more damage if Thanos has the Mind Stone. It would be like cosmic beams, kind of like more comic-like, I think. But Mind Stone again, beams more powerful. Ability 1, Space Traveler with the Space Stone. Thanos opens a portal to the opponent's base. So you can't, it's not like Doctor Strange, you can control this portal. It would just automatically go to either the base, like where they spawn, or just to where they are. Ability 1, number 2, Inevitable Force with Time Stone. Thanos stops every player except himself from moving for 5 seconds. So for ability 1, you get one or either. Depending on which one you got first, you would be able to use first, and then you would be able to use the second one after, or when it recharges. The Time Stone would be busted. Stopping every player for 5 seconds would be kind of annoying. Which is why I had to like nerf him a little bit. Like you have to kill like without any of the stones, you're kind of weak. So you have to kill other players. One of my strategies would be kill a duelist, get the time stone space stone. Focus on duelists because also it's 1v1s. Then maybe go for strategists, or then go for the vanguards, get the power stone and mind stone while using the time stone. Ability 2, Soul Fulfilling with Soul Stone. Thanos heals all allies by 20%. Just a basic heal. I'm unsure if I want to make it like he heals himself too. I might have him heal himself. Ability 2, number 2, King of Reality with Reality Stone. Thanos makes clones of a nearby ally. He wouldn't make clones of every nearby ally, but just one to make it kind of like with Loki's ability. I think that would be really busted. Also, it makes him more of a strategist. Ability 2 is Strategist Thanos. Ability 1 is Really, it's more a duelist Thanos, but it's supposed to be Vanguard Thanos. And then normal and secondary attack, they're definitely Vanguard Thanos. So he has technically you can make a debate that he could be all three. So he technically has all three abilities. Um, Ultimate, perfectly balanced with all Infinity Stones. Thanos snaps, killing half of all players, including your team. This ultimate is so powerful that I had to nerf it by not letting him have all the Infinity Stones, making it a difficult battle. So by the time you use his attack, it was probably gonna be at the end of the game. For team abilities, I had none. They haven't added Gamora yet. They haven't added um Nebula yet, so I didn't want to like I didn't have any ideas for that. As for skins, he would have an original skin, an Infinity War skin, or an in-game skin, and then he would have a King skin, which is I think would be really cool looking. But yeah, that's Thanos, the most probably the most OP character at this moment that I could think of. Now I've made these characters. I might make more in the future. I don't know. Comment down below what characters you would like me to make, what characters you would like to see in the game. I know I didn't do as many popular ones. Um, but technically 3 of the 5 were popular characters, and 2 of them were like they're probably not gonna add. But tell me down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Project Maz, still working on it. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I'm gonna make at least one Project Maz video before the end of 2025. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the future. See you next video. Bye.